using the S.T.E.P protocol to restore trust after broken commitments. Most apologies are actually just sophisticated excuses that kill trust instead of curing it. We've normalized the "I'm sorry, things got busy" loop so deeply that we don't even hear how hollow it sounds anymore. If you're tired of breaking your own integrity, or watching other people break theirs, then you need a psychological framework that treats failure as data, not drama. Today, we're operationalizing the S.T.E.P protocol to dismantle defensiveness and transform your broken commitments into radical integrity. A single broken commitment can permanently fracture a professional or personal relationship if you handle it poorly. You can't justify your way out of a trust deficit. You have to engineer your way back. In a world where hybrid work, digital communication, and constant overwhelm have normalized soft apologies, credibility is now a competitive advantage. The S.T.E.P protocol gives you a systematic approach to structural ownership. No emotional spiraling, no self-flagellation, no excuses, just measurable repair. Before we get into the protocol, we need to understand why we default to justification mode. The human brain is wired to protect the ego. When we miss a commitment, the amygdala interprets accountability as a threat, so we scramble for explanations that make us look less incompetent. In modern work-from-home culture, the soft apology has become the norm. Sorry, I've been swamped. Sorry, things slipped. These aren't apologies, they're self-protective narratives. And while excuses give short-term relief, they create long-term debt. Every justification adds interest to your trust deficit. In today's high-stakes economy, trust is currency. Lose it, and you lose opportunities, influence, and respect. This is why we need a protocol that interrupts the defense reflex and replaces it with structural ownership. S.T.E.P is a clinical alternative to the emotional mechanisms of standard apologies. It's not about guilt, it's about engineering trust. S. Strategic silence plus statement of fact. You start with a pause, no preamble, no justification, just the clean, objective truth of what happened. T. Transition to ownership. You shift the focus from why the failure happened to how you're taking responsibility for it. E. Empathy for impact. You articulate the real cost to the other person, their time, their resources, their momentum. P. Plan of action. You outline micro-milestones that prove the repair is already in motion. This is accountability without self-attack, precision without shame, operationalizing radical ownership. Let's break down how to use failure as data. When a commitment breaks, don't analyze your feelings, analyze the system. What was the structural weak point? Overcommitment, poor estimation, lack of tracking. This shifts the conversation from personal guilt to process improvement. You maintain authority while being transparent. And when you deliver the E in S.T.E.P, you don't perform empathy. You calculate it. Examples. I recognize this delay cost you 2 days of planning. I see that my inconsistency forced you to rework your schedule. I understand this created friction you shouldn't have had to manage. Empathy becomes a tool of precision, not performance. Executing the repair with precision. Now we move into the P, your plan of action. You set micro-milestones that are visible and trackable. You over-index on your next 3 deliverables. This is how you overwrite the memory of the failure. And you use digital transparency tools, shared dashboards, progress trackers, simple check-ins to give the other party a window into the restoration process. Trust isn't rebuilt with promises, it's rebuilt with proof. Sustainability and the new integrity. The S.T.E.P protocol isn't a one-time emergency fix, it's a leadership tool. When you use it consistently, you shift from avoiding failure to mastering repair. You create a culture where accountability is normal, not dramatic. You build psychological safety because people know you don't hide, justify, or deflect. And paradoxically, trust becomes stronger after a crisis than it was before, because people see how you handle pressure. Radical accountability becomes your brand. Broken commitments don't define you, your repair process does. When you treat failure as data and accountability as a skill, you stop repeating the same patterns and start building a reputation of integrity that compounds over time. Use the S.T.E.P protocol, and you'll transform every misstep into a measurable upgrade in trust.